Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia was on Fox News to say that he would not back the Bernie Sanders agenda, and also wouldn't say who he would vote for between Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders, though it was clear from his answer that it's not going to be Bernie Sanders. So watch this video, and this is based on an interview that Bernie Sanders had with John Harwood of CNBC, where Bernie Sanders said that he would rally voters all over the country, including in West Virginia, to back an agenda that would include like Medicare for all, for example. So if Joe Manchin, under a Sanders presidency, wouldn't support Medicare for all, Bernie would go to West Virginia, rally the voters there to put pressure on Joe Manchin to support Medicare for all. So here's what Joe Manchin has to say about that.
Yes, the Bernie Sanders thing. Would you support his agenda?
Absolutely not. And Bernie and I have had many conversations. I think that Bernie brings a lot to the table, makes you think a little bit, kind of gets the blood going and stirring and everything, but it's not practical where I come from. Bernie keeps saying Medicare for all. I said, Bernie, we can't even pay for Medicare for some. I says, right now the trust fund's going to go broke by 2026, and these are people that paid into it and earned it. Now you want to expand it. What happens? So it doesn't make sense at all.
What if he were your nominee for president and it's him versus Donald Trump? Who do you vote for?
Well, it wouldn't be Bernie.
All right, so it would be the president, unless you leave it blank.
Wouldn't be Bernie.
Would it be Donald Trump?
Let's just say I'm going to make decisions based on what's best for my country and my state.
All right. Yes, the Bernie Sanders.
All right. So what the hell? I mean, it's clear that this man is just a Democrat in name only. He clearly is saying here he would not vote for Bernie Sanders against Donald Trump. So he's going to vote for Trump, but he's not going to say that on television because I guess it would make it easier to attack him, though he's already made it pretty easy here to attack him. So why do I say that this is Joe Manchin betraying West Virginia voters? Well, first, let's remember who won the primary in 2016 against Hillary Clinton. Bernie Sanders. In fact, Bernie Sanders won by, what is it? Like 20 points? Like 51 to 35. 51 to 35. So when people tell you, oh, well, I mean, Hillary appeals to the majority of Democratic voters, you know, the conservative base of the Democratic voter. Most Democratic voters, very conservative, clearly support the Hillary Clinton agenda. I mean, you look at West Virginia, conservative Democrats there, they voted for, oh, wait, Bernie Sanders. So it's not liberal, conservative, progressive, conservative. It's anti-establishment. West Virginia voters are populist. They want to see an agenda that Donald Trump pretended to have at points. Donald Trump pretended that he would guarantee health care for everyone. Donald Trump pretended he would bring the jobs back. Donald Trump pretended a lot of things, but he lied. So West Virginia voters would vote for Bernie Sanders. In fact, if there is a race, if Bernie Sanders wins the nomination and he's up against Trump, I'm going to make a prediction that Bernie Sanders would win West Virginia. I know maybe you think I'm crazy, but I think Bernie Sanders, his message is real. It resonates with real voters, including West Virginia voters. And let me just show you another example of that. So actually, before I even get to the video example I'm going to bring up, also a reminder that Richard Ojeda, who ran in 2018 in the 3rd Congressional District in West Virginia, he closed a gap. He closed the biggest gap in the entire country in 2018. So even though Ojeda did not win that House race, that district went to Trump by 49 percentage points in 2016, and Ojeda closed that gap, losing by just 12 points. Out of every single race in the country in 2018, Richard Ojeda, who ran on the Bernie Sanders agenda, closed the widest gap out of any race. Again, showing you another example that the Bernie Sanders agenda is incredibly popular in West Virginia. But here's another example. So in 2017,
American citizens should have health care.
Here we go. In 2017, Bernie Sanders went to West Virginia for a town hall on MSNBC. And let me just show you this piece here where he asks this voter, and watch the reaction too. So this is, everybody in the audience is from West Virginia. These people on stage are from West Virginia. Watch how they react to this answer from this voter.
Your question, because I certainly agree with you that every worker,
Right.
whether you're a coal miner or somebody else,
Yeah.
should be entitled. Let me pose this question to fill in to other people. We are the only major country on earth, the only one that doesn't guarantee health care to all people as a right.
Right.
What do you think? Do you think we should join other countries and guarantee health care as a right of all?
Yeah, I think every American citizen should have health care. Some way or some shape or form.
That's actually.
That's a West Virginia crowd. They want Medicare for all. So Joe Manchin's going to have to turn Republican. I mean, that's what's going to have to happen, or he's going to have to be primaried, because clearly he does not represent the best interests of people in West Virginia. So the idea that, oh, I mean, they're conservative voters, right? So they must support a what? An agenda that cuts taxes for the wealthiest, cuts taxes for massive corporations, that defunds programs, that doesn't push for something like Medicare for all, that doesn't push for real transformational change in people's lives, that doesn't push for higher wages. The people in West Virginia are some of the poorest people in the country. Guaranteeing them health care, guaranteeing them a living wage clearly would be a popular agenda in that state. You just need the right candidate to push that. Bernie Sanders is that candidate.